Hi guys, it's Kate Mercy. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be reviewing the NOMAD Cosmetics Tokyo Harajuku palette, along with a couple of face products, all of which I used to get this look today. So if you want to see how we got there, then keep watching. Okay, so I've already primed my eyelids. Today we're going to be going in with the NOMAD Cosmetics Tokyo Harajuku palette. It is a 15-pan palette, and just look at these shades. Would you just look at them? I really love this color story. This isn't a new palette, but it is new to me. I actually watched Amy Loves Makeup here on YouTube buy it, and that is what prompted me to pull the trigger as well. So it comes with 15 shades. It is currently sold out on their website, so it doesn't list the price. However, the other palettes from NOMAD Cosmetics that have 15 pans are $37. So I think it's safe to say I paid $37 for this palette. They are an indie brand. There's actually two other products that we're going to be testing out after we test out the eyeshadow palette. I have this light infusion powder in Pasatino Sunrise, and this is what this looks like. I've already swatched it, as you can see. I'll be happy to do swatches for you guys after. And then I also have Balmoral Beach, and this is Kiss of Sun highlighter, and I just thought this was really pretty. I've swatched this too because I just couldn't wait. I was so excited. So I think I found a 20% off or a 15% off coupon, so I did get a sale on these products. As far as I can tell, this brand is cruelty-free. I'm not sure of their vegan status, but I'm happy to update this. Either I'll edit this clip and you won't even see me babbling about this, or I will include it in the information box down below. So if you're here and you hear me babbling, that means I didn't edit this out. But let's go ahead and get into the eyes. We're going to start off by going into this shade. I'm not going to try to say the name because I'm going to do it a sore injustice. But we're going to go into this seemingly lilac colored matte shade. Also, the way that these are set up, it appears upon first impression, because these I actually haven't swatched yet, it appears that this is a matte formula. This is a satin formula, so there's like a little bit of glimmer in there, and then these are straight shimmers. So we're going to go into that matte lilac shade all over the lid. I'm actually going to adjust the lighting, and I'll be right back, because the way that this is translating in person and the way that it's translating on camera are different, and I want everyone to be able to see the beauty that is translating in person on camera. Hold that thought. Okay, so I'm back. One of my light bulbs died, so I'm not sure if it's much better, but we're going to keep going and hope for the best. Hopefully I can get the lighting right in editing. I'm still going in with that lavender shade. It's really not translating. The color is not translating the way that it is in person, so it looks less than impressive, I think, on camera, but in person it really is just such a pretty and consistent pastel purple. So I'm bummed that it's not translating. I want to play with a pink shade in this palette called Lolita. So it looks like it's one of the satin shades, but I want to see how it plays with the purple. I think I'm going to do maybe a halo eye with like shimmer in the middle. So I'm going to put Lolita all over my lid, and then we'll go from there. What's interesting, and I don't know if you can see it, is that I'm using a packer brush and I'm trying to pack the color into the condensed areas that I want it. But it's not staying there. It's like kind of fluffing all over the place. And furthermore, it's like dusting everywhere. And yeah, I certainly went into my crease with it because I thought like, oh, we'll bridge the gap, but just not really getting what I wanted out of this. So I'm gonna try it maybe with my finger. So the finger works better, so that's actually helpful to know. I watched Amy Loves Reviews talk about this palette, but I don't think I remember her mentioning that. She might have, and I totally overlooked it. She might have also not bumped into that problem. I don't know if anyone else has kind of bumped into that, where it just like, so it did blend. It did blend okay in here. I still need to obviously fine tune it, but you can see where I put it down with my finger. It's sticking to my lid, whereas like here, it kind of like feathered onto the lid. I don't know. It works very interestingly, so I think it'll be interesting to see how it does on this eye, where I have a technique in mind that I think will work better, so we'll see. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see, but this eye compared to this eye, so I did use my finger to pat it and then blend it onto my eyelid, and I got a lot more opaque color. So that's something to note. I wouldn't have necessarily thought to be the right technique right away. What I can say is that the consistency of the shadow is so creamy, so creamy. So when I do use my finger, as opposed to like this type of a packing brush, I definitely had more success in getting it to blend evenly over the eye, which is, it's just interesting to me because the matte shadow really did do such a nice job of building and layering evenly. Pigmentation is great. There is quite a bit of kickback in the pan. That's not something that bothers me because what I care about is color payoff. So I'm relieved that the pink shade did blend out really lovely with my fingers. So I'm just gonna clean this up and then we'll get into the next step. Okay, so I'm back and my brows are a little bit wiped off. That's okay, we're gonna do the base anyways. And I'm going to go in, this is where I'm a little bit torn, because I really think that this shade right here looks really beautiful. But then I also think that this shade looks really beautiful. I think all the shades look really beautiful, which would be why I bought the palette. But we're just gonna see where this goes. I think we're gonna do this on the lid and then this in the inner corner. I really want, the problem is I want to try every shade in this palette because this palette was something that when I saw it online, I was so inspired. And then when I got it in person, I was even more inspired, which is why when I had a harder time getting that pink to work the way that I wanted it to with the brush, not realizing that honestly, it's almost like a cream formula. So we're gonna go in with the purple on my lid and then the pink on my inner corner, and we'll come back and do the lower lash line when our base is done. It's so reflective that the camera is having a hard time picking it up. That's hilarious. I love that for me. Okay, I'm gonna do my base off of camera because that's not what you're here to see, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back and my base is on. I did put bronzer on because I don't have a bronzer to test out today, but I do have this blush, and it's actually called a Light Infusion Powder. This retails for $18, and you get 10 grams of product, which I think is quite a bit of product. This texture, though, is real nice. The texture on this is like really creamy. I don't know if you can see that swatch. I'll do a swatch, too, of the highlighter. That was a terrible swatch, so. Both kind of have a pinky peachy undertone. I don't know if you can see the highlighter as well. Here, let me try to do it on my hands. You can see it a little bit better. Oh, much better. So you can see here is the blusher, the Light Infusion Powder that I'm going to use as a blush. And then here is the highlighter. It's got like a champagne tone with kind of a peach undertone. It's pulling really gold on camera, but I'm super excited. And with my usual blush brush, I'm actually going to use my color switch real quick just to get the other excess powder off of this because I don't believe I have a clean brush. A sparkling clean blush brush up here. So we got most of that powder off, right on the bone, no excess. So we're going to go in now with the blush. I'm so excited. I really want this to work. I love that. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I love that. I love that. I think you can see on camera, it has a little bit of a sheen. I really like a blush with shimmer in it, which is why even though it is called a Light Infusion Powder, for me this works really lovely as a blush, and I'm really, really happy about it. So I have, that having been said, I have really high expectations for this, so let's see how this goes. Without setting my face, it's stunning. It has a really beautiful shift to it, and it's really, first of all, it blends really naturally into my blush. I didn't put concealer on today because I didn't think I needed it, and now I'm seeing myself on camera and I'm like, you needed it, but let's just overlook that for today, shall we? Yeah, I really like that. I'm just gonna set my face with the one that I have in my drawer. It is the fixing spray with green tea from I Heart Revolution. With that same brush and the same highlighter, I'm gonna go in on this side. So on this side, it's definitely more reflective. And this side, it now seems subtle instead of beaming, but I honestly think that Both sides are beautiful. If you're looking for a more subtle highlight, I wouldn't use as much, and I also wouldn't set your face first because this is really, it's really coming for people. And just get some on my nose and forehead. Cupid's bow. Wow, 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 wow. I love that. So to finish up the rest of my makeup, I'm gonna do my lower lash line. I think I'm just gonna, oh gosh, I just dug my nail into that. I'm so annoying. Anyways, I'm just gonna go back in. Yeah, see on camera, it's really translating. It looks much darker. So interesting. It's certainly not like a baby lilac, like a really, really pale lilac. It's not supposed to be, but it's like a true lilac color. So it's just interesting that it's translating so cattywampus. Anyways, I'm going to go into my lower lash line with this color here, and then I am going to go into my inner corner with this pink with the silver blue shift. Whoa. That inner corner shade is so pretty. Wow, wow, wow. It really ties the look together. I'm really happy with it. I'm just going to put on mascara and something on my lips and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back and the rest of my face is done. So as far as the two face products go, the blusher and then the highlighter, these are absolute wins. Again, these were pretty positive, $18. I'll list the links in where you can find them on nomadcosmetics.com down below, but these are absolute winners. If these are not your shades, if your skin tone is lighter than mine or darker than mine, they do have other options. So I would encourage you to look into them if you are on the market for either of these products. Again, I just really had really lovely results. So I'm just like tickled pink by these. So I would absolutely recommend both of these. And then as far as the palette, I still think it's the cutest thing in the entire world. It was definitely a learning curve, which is I'm totally fine with a learning curve. I really am. And I think it's honestly sometimes helpful for not all things to be the same so that we can learn to work with different formulas and manipulate them in different ways. But I really like the way that my eyes turned out. I think the inner corner is like absolutely stunning. The topper shade that I put here is now kind of, I have hooded eyelids, so it always happens, but it's kind of up in the crease, but it's not as vibrant as this, but I did layer two shadows and I still think I achieved the look that I was going for through building. I did work with both the middle satin shades and the lower row shimmer shades with my finger, and I found that that way worked really well for me. The top row are the mattes, and I found that they blended really nicely. I got even pigmentation from the colors that I utilized, and I'll be happy to include swatches for you right after this. So I have the first two rows very unevenly swatched on my arm, but there are all of those colors. Pretty. The only one that came out a little cattywampus, I think, is this yellow one, and this is on the top row, the Melty Room. So that one is a little bit less opaque than perhaps the others. It's not something that's necessarily surprising, but also I don't think that finger swatches are a good judge of a shadow's character. So I would take that with a grain of salt, but I'm gonna do the bottom row and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with the bottom row swatches. Again, very unevenly done. And hopefully you guys can see the shifts because they're really stunning in person. But that is all for this video. I'm pretty positive it's $37. It is out of stock, unfortunately, on Nomad Cosmetics website right now. But I would recommend it if you are in the market for a very colorful pastel palette. I would absolutely recommend it. I think that the quality is there. There's very interesting textures, but they're absolutely able to be manipulated to create a look that I'm really happy with. So I'm really happy with this. If you like my content, I would love it if you would give this video a thumbs up. If you'd like to follow me, I would encourage you to do so if you think that you would enjoy my future content. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.